Hello, I do want to make an experiment. Over the last week, I have farmed up 1,321 divines and 4,357 chaos for one big project. All of this currency was farmed up with gem double corruption. I have double corrupted Enlightens, which are very profitable this league. As you can see, Enlighten level 4s are around 50 divines today. Level 3s are around 11 divines today. The double corruption chamber is 1.5 divines. That means that this is an average profit of like 2.8. If I put in these values, it's 2.77. So every time I go into a temple, I'm essentially making 2.77 divines. And if we look at the data for this league, you can see I was a bit lucky. I got 69, nice. And like level 4s, around 31% of my corruptions became an Enlightened level 4. So I was slightly lucky. So this was very profitable. This took me around 1 week. 1 week of like also doing challenges, also playing around with other stuff, not being online as much, and also not really try-harding with the strat, getting as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time. So what my experiment and my idea was that I run 100 double corruptions with 100 temples, but I try as hard as I can to buy, run and sell them as quickly as I can. And if I document all of this, if I count the time it takes me to trade and to run the temples, then I should have an average amount that I can compare to how profitable this really is as a full-on money-making strat. So, and the next step is to try as hard as I can to buy 100 temples and 100 enlightens as quickly as I can. For this, I am going to use TFT. I will go into bulk anything I want to buy, and I will post this in here. Also, I will be using Path of Exile trade, because in the meantime, as long as no one messages me and as long as no one posts they want to sell, I will just try as hard as I can to buy enlightens. With single trading, I can say now from experience, now that I corrupted 224 enlightens over 1 week, buying them is the most tedious and longest part of this. I will record everything to see how long it took. So I am now ready to run all of them. I have here only 95 enlightens and 100 temples, so I will speedrun 95 temples as quickly as I can, then sell some enlightened level 4s, and with that money buy 5 more enlightens and then run the rest of the 5. Running 95 or 100 shouldn't make it a big difference in the average time per temple. So how I'm going to do this is, at first I will pull in some enlightens. The rest is going to be filled up with temples. What my plan is to run as quickly as I can to the door. The door has like a 5 or 10 second animation to open. While it's opening, I look at the temple and plan my route to the Doriani's chamber. And then I run as quickly as I can to the Doriani's chamber, corrupt, and then portal out. That means that I'm isolating double corruption. I have always said in all of my videos about this topic that you should always run the boss, the apex, because that will give you way more profit for not really a lot of time, maybe like 1 or 2 minutes for the boss. This is especially true this league because the ambition Val aspect, every few bosses of the temple you will drop a ambition Val aspect, and these fluctuate in price a lot. When I was doing 1 week of only double corruption, on some days it was 2.5 divines, on other days it was 5 divines, on other days it was even 7 divines. Now it's fallen back to 4 divines. Every few temples you will get this just dropping for free. Like most of the time, if I do 20 temples, I will get like 4. So keep in mind, especially if you have a character with a lot of damage, that you should always do the boss if the drops are worth it. But yeah, I will ignore them because for this test I want to isolate the double corruption, because you can always reference this in the future with future prices, and this doesn't get tangled up with, for example, maybe ambition Val aspect will be removed in a future league, then you will lose a huge drop from the boss. So isolating the gem double corruption will yield the best results in my opinion. So yeah, that is my reasoning. I will now run 95 temples and see how long it takes, and then I will sell like maybe 2 enlightened level 4s and buy 5 more enlightens, run those 5, and then we can talk about the results. Okay, so let's tally them up. This spreadsheet will be linked in the description so you can see the calculations for yourself. I have bought temples at 1.4 divines on average, and I bought enlightens for 12.5 divines on average. In total, I've spent 13.9 divines per try, almost 14 divines per try, and like almost 1.4k divines in total. Yeah, as I said, this was a bit weird because I have bought way too many enlightens for a big price, and then I have sold a bit to buy them at a cheaper price again, because I didn't have enough money. For the results, we got 26 level 2s, 53 level 3s, and 21 level 4s. This is quite unlucky actually. As you can see, 25, 50, 25 was the expected amount. We got 4 level 4s less than we should have. We sold most of the level 2s for around 3 divines, the level 3s for around 3.9 divines, and the level 4s for almost 57 divines on average. This made us back almost 1.5k divines, so on average 14.8 divines per try. As you can already tell, this is a bit profit, but let's see the time we have spent. And here's the big problem. Buying took a lot of time. On average, for one try, I was buying 2.5 minutes. This is so long. This was so horrible. Running took 1.5 hours, a bit less than 1.5 hours, which is a bit less than a minute per try, and selling took almost the same time as running. Level 2s dragged this down quite a lot. After half an hour I had sold all 4s. After 50 minutes in total, so like 20 minutes later than selling all the 4s, I had sold all the 3s, but I still had the level 2s left for more than half an hour because no one wanted to buy them. So in total we ran this for around 7 hours, which is 4 minutes per try, and that drags down our profit per hour quite a lot. So we made some profit, 87.3 divines in total, which is a profit per run of 0.87, but this was still 12.7 divines per hour, so it's still okay. 12.7 divines per hour is quite decent, especially because buying them was terrible. I have created a last tab. What would all of this be if the only thing that we changed was our result? So what would all of the calculations be if we didn't have this result but this result? We would have made 300 divines profit, which is 43.7 divines per hour, which is so much. This is way too much, which is 3 divines per run. But yeah, I am a bit sad about this. This has dragged this down quite a lot, and I think I can do this better. I want to retry this because buying was terrible, and I think we can do this way better. Even while we are being quite unlucky, we still made 12.7 divines per hour, which is a lot. This spreadsheet is linked in the description. You can see for yourself if the calculations are correct. Tomorrow I will upload all of the runs, the 100 temples, just because I think some people might find this interesting as background noise on their second or third monitor while they are working. If you are curious how running all the temples looked, you can watch the video for a few minutes. So in the end we made profit. We actually made quite a bit profit per hour, even though this took us 7 hours. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.